Hey guys, Kogan here. We are at 82 Deer Street. This is a duplex conversion that a client of mine has just completed. Let's go check it out. So this is something we try to look for when it comes to these kind of properties, a side entry. So in a bungalow style property, you have a main front entrance, and then sometimes you have a side entrance like this one here that is connected to the kitchen of the upper level, but then it also goes directly into the basement. So what happens is we close off the access to the kitchen. Sometimes we make that the laundry for the upper unit, and then this becomes the direct access down to the basement. So come on in. Hey guys, I'm here with Jordan from Jordan Station Design Co. We are in the basement of this property in Welland on Deer Street. Jordan, so tell us a little bit about this project. What are your thoughts on it?
Sure, it's a fantastic project. This is one of those projects that there's not a ton to be done. We have a fully, 90% finished basement that we can keep most of it. We're going to keep the flooring. The ceiling is adequate. So we're going to keep that stuff. Right now it's pretty open, so all we'll have to do is pop up some walls, a few smoke detectors and such, and it's going to be pretty straightforward from there. In the unfinished portions, we've got a mechanical room just back here that we're going to enclose, and then we're going to add a washroom, which is obviously going to save us some cost because the existing washroom's right above it. So the stack's there's water there. It's pretty straightforward. Other than that, we've got an existing bedroom back towards the corner of the unit where we're actually going to put the kitchen in it. The existing kitchen for the ground floor unit is directly above. Again, hopefully saving us some costs on that. A little less demolition, no saw cutting for the floors. Other than that, we've got a lot of windows in here. We've got windows in every single room. We've got 2 windows in the room that we're standing in here. We're going to add 1 more egress window just at the front of the property, possibly even beside the electrical panel, just to provide natural light to the living and dining areas. And then other than that, this one's really straightforward.
Yeah, so the goal potentially is to make this into a 3-bedroom basement layout.
Yep.
And the nice part, especially about having those windows, is we can give each bedroom a window while saving that large egress window for back there, which is where we want to create our living, dining, and have the kitchen in that room over there, which already has a window.
That's right.
And actually, in terms of the light requirements, something that you shared with me early on was a kitchen, when it's a full open concept to the living space, needs to have the same light requirement as a living room, which is
correct.
5%.
Just 5%. Yep.
But if it's in a separate room that has a wall up to, what was it?
It has to be 40% closed.
So 40% closed
to the adjoining space.
That's right.
Yep.
So if the kitchen is 40% closed, which is still more than half open, then the kitchen doesn't need any light.
No.
Right? No. Only the living space needs the light. So for some of those homes, that's a little bit tougher to get enough light into a full open concept living kitchen. Having a small partition wall may be a way to save you some of that light requirement.
That's right.
Just to make the cost a little bit more efficient, and
that's right. Yeah.
You still get a good look from it, right? So
absolutely.
That's always
you still get the open concept feel.
Absolutely.
It's just it comes down to just a compliance thing.
Absolutely. All right, so we are in the basement apartment. You can see that we have these large windows that come into the basement suite. So this is one of the requirements we had to meet when it comes to creating a legal basement apartment. So there's a certain amount of natural light that you need for a living space, and also you need to meet the egress requirement to have just additional exits that you can leave the property from. We've put in these pop lights to really make the place look more appealing, and we've also split the hydro. So each unit has its own hydro and pays their own electricity. If you come over here, we have the brand new kitchen that my client has put in. So this is an IKEA kitchen. He's gone ahead and put stainless steel appliances, And we are actually right below the upper kitchen. So in terms of getting the plumbing, it was actually very easy because you have the main plumbing tract, the drain line, so it's all in one space, so you don't have to break up the concrete. It was very convenient. So let's head over here. So here we have the washroom. So this washroom also was completely brand new. And we are also right below the upstairs washroom. So the nice part about that, again, plumbing all being in the same place, it was very convenient. We also added the laundry here for the basement. So this stackable laundry is going to be a nice feature to have for this basement suite. So ensuite laundry, they don't have to share it with anyone. So this is one of the features that when we create these basement apartments, we want to really bring it to a higher standard so that we attract a better tenant profile and they get to enjoy a space similar to a condo, right? To have their own laundry, pay their own hydro so that they get to control, how much they use. So, all right, so if you come on back here, so we have 3 bedrooms back here. So there was enough space that it was actually able to work out where we could split it into 3 separate bedrooms. The third room is a bit of a smaller room, but usually there's always one room that's a bit smaller, right? So this would be sort of your den space, your office, kids room. There's many uses to have that additional space. And then right back here we have our furnace room. So you can see they've gone ahead with a metal door, and we have the furnace and the hot water tank back here. The interesting thing in this property is we were actually able to separate and create 2 hot water tanks with separate heating for each unit for the hot water, and we had each tank put onto each of the tenants' hydrometer. So it's interesting because we don't always do this. Many times we just have one hot water tank for the house, but this way it eliminates the situation where one tenant may be taking a bath and then the other tenant has cold water when they turn on their sink. So it's a nice feature to have. Not always possible because there's a certain amount of replumbing that needs to get done, but in this case they were able to get it done, so it really worked out. So we are in the upper level of this duplex conversion here in the city of Welland. So one thing, if you notice behind me, this kitchen is in really good shape. You can even see a little bit of the living space there. All the flooring is probably just like a year or 2 old, so it's in really good shape. One thing we try to find for these properties is we want the upper level to be as ready to go as possible. Usually we try to find that so that it limits our construction cost. We want to focus more of our renovation budget on the basement, and we want to be able to rent out the upstairs as soon as possible. Many of my clients are actually renting out these upper levels while the basement renovation is happening. You let the tenant know, of course, that we're going to be working Monday to Friday during business hours. There's going to be people in the basement. We try to get the demo done before someone moves in, just so all the dust is out. But this allows the investor to get some income to pay for the mortgage while the renovation project takes place. So check out the upstairs and hope you enjoy it. If you're interested in creating a legal basement apartment, check out the free guide that I've created with my architect Jordan, where we go through the step-by-step requirements to create a legal basement apartment. And it may seem pretty straightforward, but there are a lot of nuances that you need to watch out for when it comes to meeting the light requirement, meeting the parking, meeting fire separation. There's a good few requirements that are involved, so you always want to have a quality architect or designer create the layout, create your plans for you. And then you need to make sure that when you're buying a property like this, you know what to look for so that you buy a property that meets most of the requirements so that your renovation budget doesn't get out of hand. So hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Until next time, all the best.